Hello my friends, you're listening to Ebird Online and I'm back with another review. Oh my god guys, considering that Kim and Sojaboy are considering getting married and spending a whole life together, they sure are childish. And this week we bore witness to an argument which went something like this. I am better than you. No, I'm better than you. I'm doing you a favour. I think you'll find that I am doing you a favour. Sojaboy thinks his USP is him being young and also him being a star. Kim thinks her USP is her being flexible. Are you? Really? And her having access to doling out green cards. And both protagonists in this story think that that gives them the edge. Sojaboy, your music ain't really that great. And Kim, the ability to offer a green card is not a personality trait. But this week Kim wanted to iron out the last few questions that she has about Sojaboy's second wife. What about the third wife? And the fourth? But surprise, surprise, it descended into an argument, and guys, I've got to say, I've never met somebody so resistant to learning as Kim. But guys, before we get into all of that, please don't forget to like and subscribe and all of that good stuff. Make Ebird a very happy Ebird, and subscribe to my channel. And also, if you don't want to miss any of my uploads, please don't forget to hit the notification bell. Right, so without further ado, I give you Kim and Sojaboy. So the last time we saw this couple, they were doing what they always do. They go for drinks. They argue. Kim storms out. Sojaboy runs after her. And then they both ignore the issue. Yep, that's right. Drinks, argue, storm out, run after, ignore the issue. Drinks, argue, storm out, run after, ignore the issue. Ad infinitum. And I wonder to myself, do they ever get bored of this cycle? And then Kim talks to production and she tells them that Sojaboy tells her what she wants to hear all the time. And for once she's exactly right. And so the couple are out for drinks and Sojaboy tells her once again that he's very, very sorry. And he's talking about the argument they had with his friend when Kim swilled him with a milkshake. Sojaboy, what are you saying you're sorry for? Because you still want 4 wives, 10 kids and 15 American visas. Yes, that's right guys, 15. Remember, he wants one for himself as well. And Kim tells Sojaboy, everything I do for you.
I didn't come down here for myself. Like, all of this is for you. Like, everything. Coming down here, even talking to somebody about this stuff. All of this is for you.
And Kim's alleging that she came to Tanzania and then Nigeria, all for Sojaboy. She agreed to this whole second wife malarkey, all for him. Really, Kim? I don't think so. You just wanted a younger looking, fitter, famous, better boyfriend than you would ever have access to in the United States. And that's why you're making all these concessions. You are quite simply doing everything for yourself. And so again the couple argue back and forth, and in the end Sojaboy ends up apologising, and Kim promises that she'll never ever swill him with a milkshake again. And you know what guys, I think she's telling the truth. Next time it will be a pina colada. Nothing's going to change her ways. But as she was apologising for swilling him with the milkshake, Kim started crying. And she said, I just don't know where I am. I just don't know what to do. Guys, I just need Kim to commit to being a villain. Be like Angela or Lisa before you. None of this crying shit. So next time we see this couple, they're getting ready to go to Sojaboy's birthday party. And Sojaboy tells producers that he needs Kim to be on her best behaviour. And I think to myself, what really does that mean? Kim's behaviour is despicable most of the time. So her best behaviour is, well, nothing to be desired. And the couple go off to the nightclub. Kim waddles in and she says the following.
Kim at a party is the life of the party. But I've only met a couple of Usman's friends once or twice, and I still have a lot to prove to everyone.
Guys, what was that? Right, so Kim's the life of the party. Well, I guess she does like to throw those drinks around. And so Sojaboy introduces Kim to all of his friends. And Kim takes the friend that she saw last night to one side and she apologises for swilling Sojaboy with the milkshake. And she said, I'm not normally like that. In fact, I'm never like that. Unless somebody winds me up. I.e., I'm always like that because I'm always wound up. But then Sojaboy's friend said something which was highly, highly suspect. He told production that housers have a saying. Jealousy is like breakfast for females. Females must be jealous. And guys, when I heard this, I was literally bubbling with anger. The level of misogyny simply leaves me breathless. This is one of Sojaboy's closest friends. I always say, judge a man by the company he keeps. And it's my wish that at some point, this guy catches a stray bullet We can only but hope. I think this comment wound me up because it's almost as if he was reveling in women's discomfort and women's unhappiness. If you're living in a polygamous marriage and you're jealous on a daily basis, it must be like living in purgatory. Why would you enjoy that? And why would that be amusing to you? I swear to God, this guy's poisonous. I think via the TV screen he's managed to give me dengue fever. I've got 5 of the 8 symptoms. A severe headache, a pain behind the eyes and in the backside, fatigue, nausea and vomiting. Yep, this guy's poisonous all right. But because Kim had smoothed it all over with this awful horrid misogynist, she was all happy. But of course that only lasted for a matter of moments. Because in sashayed one of Sojaboy's friends, Ali. She was wearing a tight red dress. And of course Kim was immediately jealous, i.e. water is wet. Kim speaks to production. She said, well, she's good looking and she's young, she's absolutely beautiful, she's everything I'm not. However, I'm not jealous. Alrighty then, if you say so. But guys, as soon as Ali sat down, Kim decided to go over and introduce herself. And she sat next to her and she proceeded to embarrass herself once again. Because guys, it's what she does best. It's one of her main talents. So Kim plonked herself down next to Ali and she said, are you going to be one of Sojaboy's wives? And Ali burst into laughter and said, no, I'm not. I'm just a platonic friend. And then Kim said, he's never ever told me about you. I've never even heard your name before. When you came in, I thought, oh my God, who's this chick? And by now she was babbling, I'm 53 and he's only 33 and he's famous. He's Sojaboy. But when I'm not in Nigeria, I'd like someone to kind of look after him for me. Look after my baby. Make sure he's okay. So I want to get your number so that you can, watch over him when I'm not there. And Ali agrees to do this. Although why, I've no idea. And I could tell Kim thought she was clever. Because for some reason, she thinks she's got a mole reporting back to her from Sojaboy's inner circle. Kim, who do you think that Ali will be loyal to? Do you think it's going to be you? Or do you think it's going to be Sojaboy? Let's find out, shall we? Well, Ali speaks to producers, and she says the following.
But Sojaboy is a celebrity, definitely is going to get any girl he wants to get in Nigeria. So if I saw Usman and Kim walking down the streets, I definitely think something is fishy.
I don't think she's going to be ringing Kim with stories of Sojaboy's misdeeds anytime soon. And whilst the girls were talking, Sojaboy shouted over, what's happening? What are you talking about? And Ali said, don't worry, it's just girly chat. And Sojaboy told production, I like the fact that Kim's getting on with all of my friends. Sojaboy, no she's not. She's trying to create channels of communication and moles to find out what you're up to when she's not there. That's what she's doing. She's trying to flip your friends, turn them to the dark side. She's trying to make Ali a grass. So after Sojaboy's successful night out on his birthday with Kim, he decides to take Kim shopping so she can get a traditional dress to wear to see his mum in Sokoto. Kim was trying stuff on, but she said it's really not for me. I don't mind wearing the headdress, but I kind of want to wear it with jeans. Sojaboy said it's a sign of respect if you wear the full traditional dress. And Kim said, well, realistically it's not my thing. I never ever wear dresses. And she said, but I'll cover my hair just for you. Again, Kim, it's not for Sojaboy, it's for you, so that his mum likes you, and then you can marry him, and then you have full-time access to the yummy. Come on now. So the final time we see this couple, they're in the car, and they're on the way to lunch. Kim lets us know that she had Sojaboy's yummy last night, and she seems very pleased about it. I think the fact that this is the first time they've had sex on this visit tells its own story. And so as they drive to lunch, unbeknown to Sojaboy, Kim has a plan to question him, yet again, about his second wives. She's written everything down, so he can't gaslight, joke, or ignore her. And she tells Sojaboy, I've written it all out for clarity. The couple sat down and the questions began. Question number 1 was who picks the second wife? And Kim asked, is it you, or is it your family? Sojaboy's eyes darted from left to right. And then he said, well, my family will be in a position to do that. Maybe. Okay, so question 1 was not a complete answer. It's very clear to me that Sojaboy will do the choosing. Question 2 was, would you be upset if I didn't want to have any involvement with your kids? And Sojaboy said, well, if you don't want to see them, then I can't blame you, but I feel like it's the same as if I said I wasn't going to interact with Jamal. And very stupidly Kim said, now you put it that way, I understand. I'd be upset if you didn't want to know Jamal. The big difference that I can see is that Jamal's about 25 and lives independently, and these kids will be 1, 2, 3, and 4, and they will need feeding and bathing and nappies changing. You'll be mothering them, Kim. Big difference. And then Sojaboy said, well, my second wife will be from my religion. And Kim said, as long as she's not from America, I'm fine. That will be a deal breaker for me. Oh, Kim, come the actual fuck on. Even life imprisonment for murder is not a deal breaker for you. The only deal breaker that I can see for Sojaboy would be outright death. If Sojaboy was no more, then that would be the only deal breaker. But Sojaboy said she can be from anywhere, America, Jamaica, Europe. And Kim said, but you promised on our video chats that you would never get a second wife from America, and now I'm here and asking you, it's all changed. And she said, come on, I'm accepting an awful lot, but Sojaboy wasn't having any of it. And he said, you're doing 20% and I'm doing 80%. There are women worldwide that want to go out with me. I said no to them and yes to you. Do you think you're doing me a favour? And then Sojaboy decided to lay down the law.
So she can be from America, Jamaica, Europe, Nigeria, my region.
You can't get to half these places, so why you can't go and have sex with her to have kids anyway?
Whoop, oh dear, Sojaboy. Kim pulled the rug right out from under your feet. She's asking you, how are you going to get a visa to any of these countries? And you know the answer, via her. And he finished the segment by moaning to producers, saying, Kim's trying to deny me my rights. And he sat across the table glaring at Kim, and he said, this meeting's done, right? And so that's where we end things for this week. So what does the Ebird make for more of this? Well, yet again, nothing has been solved. So I believe that Sojaboy's plan is this. I think he wants to get married to Kim so that he can find wives elsewhere and bring them all to America once he has his green card. I think he wants to ensure that his kids have American citizenship. Otherwise, what would even be the point of Kim? If, as he says, he can have anybody worldwide. And lest we forget, Kim always still has to beg for Sojaboy to have sex with her. So Sojaboy can't tell us that he's in love with her. I refuse to believe it. But what's Kim's motive? Notwithstanding what I said earlier, I actually don't think it's for the yummy. I think it's for the fame and the limelight and the thought process that I'm doing something different. I'm going out with a Nigerian and I'm on TV. Look at my life right now. It's for the same reason that Kim went out with a convicted murderer. She likes the narrative that I am different. And also then there's the resulting fame that comes from being on this TLC franchise. And obviously when she got together with Sojaboy, he'd already been on the franchise, so she knew that that was going to be a very real possibility. Kim pretends that she's okay with Sojaboy having other wives, but we all know she isn't. The moment she catches sight of another woman, she goes on absolute defence mode. She has no trust in Sojaboy and she's extremely jealous. But my final thought goes to Sojaboy. I've always thought he treats women like cars or commodities. He rarely tells the truth to women, but if he does, it's about 20% of the truth. But Sojaboy's close friend, the card-carrying misogynist, suggests to me that this is more than likely Sojaboy's thought process as well. Who cares what the woman thinks? Who cares if she's happy or sad? As long as I'm getting what I want, that's all that really matters. I think Sojaboy's a scoundrel, and Kim, well, Kim's just a common garden idiot. So guys, let me know what you think. Do you think, like I do, that Sojaboy just wants green cards for everybody, and that's why Kim exists in his world? And also, would Kim genuinely be able to cope with a second, third and fourth wife? Guys, thank you so much for listening, and thank you for all your support and your comments. It doesn't go unnoticed. And please, if you haven't yet, subscribe to the channel. You've been listening to Ebird Online, and I bid you good day.